As a student of St. Cloud State University, managing expenses can be challenging. How did you handle your expenses during your studies?
So for my first semester in August of 2018, it was more of trying to get used to like a new lifestyle and a new environment. So I didn't get a job on campus. But the January of 2019, I was able to find a job on campus, and once I got that one job, it was way more easier to get more jobs on campus. So once you have a job, you are allowed to work 20 hours as a student on campus. As once we go to the United States, we are considered as international students. So we are kind of limited to a lot of places that we can work as an international student. So one of those restrictions is that we can only work on campus. And if you want to work off campus, that has to be part of the curricular practical training, which is like CPT as kind of like an internship, or the OPT, which is post-graduation. And working on campus, there are challenges, but I feel like it just gives you more of a freedom to be able to work on your schedule and be more independent in kind of managing your time well, so you can actually fit in 20 hours of work as well as focus on your other courses. And if you think that you aren't able to handle more than 5 courses, that's fine, you can do 4. But the prices of like how much you pay for 4 courses or 6 courses in St. Cloud State is the same amount. So if you're able to handle a lot of stress, I would encourage you to do 18 credits. If not, 12 credits is fine as well, just so you can manage your time and be able to excel in your studies as well.
What is a typical, let's say international students would work part-time on campus? What is the working rates that they will get?
Yeah, so right now it's actually increasing, and recently they increased it to $10.36 an hour. And to kind of give you a comparison, Starbucks in the US, you don't pay like 23 ringgit. It's only like $6 maximum or $7 maximum. So you will be able to afford a cup of Starbucks with the 1 hour of pay. And although you only work 20 hours a week, the nice thing about being in the United States is that you get paid every 2 weeks. So you don't get paid only at the end of the month. You get paid in the middle of the month and also the end of the month. So that also helps with keeping track of your expenses. So maybe the first paycheck you can pay some rent off, and then at the end of the month you can like spend more on like food or shopping, if that's what you want to do.
Let's say apart from Starbucks coffee, right? If it's a typical local cafe restaurant, what is the price of getting a coffee or tea there?
Typically it's more of like $5 or $6. Some, if it's like the local ones are usually cheaper. If it's more like a high branded like Coffee Bean or like Starbucks, it's like a little bit more. But keep in mind that you also have to, if you eat in a restaurant, you are encouraged to give tips to the waiters as an etiquette, but it's usually like maybe 12 to 15%. If you are able to give more, like 20%, but typically it's like 12 to 15.
Right. And while you're studying, do you cook, or most of the time do you cook, or do you eat outside?
So when I was doing my undergraduate, it's definitely cooking is more convenient and cost saving. I get groceries with my friends. We kind of share them just so we can like split cost, and then we cook together and we eat together. So life there isn't as lonely. You can make friends and share your culture with other international friends that you build connections with, and you get to learn their culture as well. So that's also an interesting and fun thing to do over in the United States. But definitely, if you are able to cook, if not, there's YouTube, TikTok, everywhere that you can learn how to make food that you want to eat. And you can get a lot of groceries for cheap as well.
Right. And what is a typical price for, let's say, a loaf of bread, or let's say you want to get a dozen of eggs?
Oh yeah, eggs have been getting very expensive. Yeah, but like the normal price for bread, like the bread that I get is less than $1. That's like the cheapest. If you want like a better brand, better quality, there's probably like $2. But eggs for a dozen, right now I think it's like $2 to $3.
Right.
It used to be cheaper, but right now it's like $2 to $3. But it's more cost saving if you get more eggs than 12. Like 18 will be cheaper if you divide it by like each egg.
Right.
Yeah, you can also get 30 or 60.
Right. So it's somewhat different. I mean, here in Malaysia, where you buy, a dozen eggs, or you buy 36, I suppose when you're there, you can actually have a bit more variety to choose, and also cost saving also as well.